ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਡੰਡੌਤ ਬੰਦਨ ਅਨਕਬਾਰ, ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ, ਡੋਲਨ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ, ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. So Maharaj Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji is residing at Pairuppeke's Nagar, and near there is a place called Kangar. And in Kangar resides a great Surma who's very strong and has a great army, and he goes by the name of Jodh Shah. Now Jodh Shah was a descendant of Mittha Meher, and Mittha Meher was during the time of Sri Guru Amar Das Sahib Ji, so the third Guru. And during that time, the emperor was Akbar, and he was a very strong, very powerful ruler. And Mittha Meher had a daughter, and she was very, very beautiful. And Akbar wanted to marry her. And although Mittha was a Hindu, and he knew that Akbar was a Muslim, he couldn't really do much about it. He didn't have much power himself. And so Akbar ended up marrying his daughter. And what happened was, in return, Mittha Meher became quite a powerful man, because Akbar gave him Raj to the town where he lived, and the neighbouring towns as well, and villages too. And so he became quite wealthy and quite powerful due to this relationship that he'd formed with Akbar. And Mittha Meher had a son as well, and he was called Jan Beg. Jan Beg had a son called Umar Shah, and Umar Shah's son was Jodh Shah. And so Jodh Shah was married to a daughter of a Sikh, and she is now living in Kangar along with her husband Jodh Shah, and she realizes that Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj is staying nearby to Kangar. They're staying at Pairuppeke's Nagar, and she tells Jodh Shah to get ready. She tells her husband that the sixth embodiment of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji is residing not far from us. She says, I want you to start your journey into Sikhi too. She says, if you serve the Guru with your whole mind, then you won't ever worry about anything else. And after listening to this, Jodh Shah is quite intrigued to meet the Guru, and so they set off to Pairuppeke to meet Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. When they arrive at Pairuppeke, they don't arrive till the evening, so they didn't get darshan of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji until the next morning. So the next morning, after the big diwan, they finally have darshan of Guruji, and they come with lots of beta as well. And Guru Sahib has already asked their sevaks about Jodh Shah, and so Guru Sahib already knows that Jodh Shah is a great Surma, that wherever he goes, he brings 500 Surme along with him too. And so when they talk, Maharaji asks them how they are, and then they talk about Shastar, they talk about armies, and they talk about battle tactics as well. And Maharaji also talks about the 2 jungs that they've already had with Jodh Shah. And then after that, Jodh Shah just walks around and experiences the whole atmosphere. He sees the training going on for the Surme, the Sikh Surme. He sees there's horses and how the horses are looked after and kept. And he just sees this great atmosphere. And by Jodh Ji, they're in Anand. And by Jodh Shah's wife also gets to have darshan of Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, and straight away she falls at the feet of her Guru. She does namaskar. She already knows the fal of Guru Sahib's darshan, and when she talks to Maharaj, she says that Maharaj Ji, my family have always had so much out of your sangat. She said, my father was close to your Pitaji, and they always had darshan of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. And so she says, as long as I can remember, I grew up with Sikhi. Sikhi was in my home, it was in my heart. And she does a benti, she does a humble request to Guruji. And she says, Maharaj, she says, make Jodhshah, make my husband your Sikh too. And hearing this, Maharajji gets happy. And they say, don't worry, your whole family will have Sikhi in it. All your descendants will be Sikhs as well. They say that in my 10th form, your descendants will have us at your home and they will be doing our seva. And she's so grateful. By Jodhshah's wife, she bows at the feet of Maharaji again, and she has so much anand, so much bliss in her heart. So Jodhshah, looking at this atmosphere of around Guru Sahib as well, they're also in immense bliss, they're in complete anand. And they realize, they say, oh, Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj, there's no one like you. And straight away they say, I will serve you now for the rest of my life. And Maharaj says, don't worry, when we need you, you'll be there, and you'll be there to do our seva. And they say that the Turk's Raj needs to be destroyed, and our Sikhs will become Raja one day. And Jodhshah listens, and they say Sat Bachan, and they say, Maharajji, they say, you can make an ant kill an elephant. And from that day on, Jodhshah always stayed close to Sri Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj. And truly this goes to show the power of a woman's faith in Sikhi and her Guru, and how she can save her family, and not only her family, the rest of her lineage as well. And there's not only one account of this in Itihas, there's many accounts. Another account is by Akalji's daughter. They were both Sikh, so Payakalji was a Sikh of the Guru, and so was his daughter, but she married a follower of Sakhi Sarwar. And although she married a follower of Sakhi Sarwar, she kept so much prem and she kept so much faith in Sikhi in her heart that she did a benti to Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj again. And again, her whole family and her whole lineage turned into great Sikhs. So her husband, who was previously a follower of Sakhi Sarwar, and their name was Bhai Sadhu Ji, became a great Sikh of Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj, and their son was also a great Sikh called Bhai Rupa Ji. And that family received so many blessings from Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj. They got blessed with so much seva, and in the end, Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj said to Bhai Rupa Ji and Bhai Sadhu Ji that whatever comes out of your mouth shall become true from now on. So just from, again, one Bibi's faith in Sikhi towards her Guru, she was able to save her whole family. So Sangat Ji, I must have made many mistakes, so please forgive me. Lekha Katha na chutiya, khin poolanhar, baksanhar baksala, nanak pare utare. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.